So I wanted to say well done to Tracy, because Tracy has been very present in this boot camp and she's been commenting every day, and I can see she's really been trying hard and she's nailed it. She had a friend come over, I presume it was last night, Tracy, and this friend had a 5-litre wine box. Now that is a serious night's drinking for two ladies. And in fact, the friend drank in front of Tracy and she didn't partake. And not only did she not drink, but she didn't even want to drink. And that's fantastic. Because as our coach, Lynette, always says to us, rather than thinking, oh, I can't drink and feeling deprived, we need to come at this from the mindset of, I choose not to drink. Because you can always drink. No one's going to forbid you to drink. But if you choose not to drink, it means you're peeling off from the herd. It means you're a rebel, not a sheep. It means that you're one of the smart ones. So remember that. I choose not to drink. And also well done, Lorraine. Lorraine is one of our members and she's also just hit day 23. She's been on boot camp with us. So what I'm going to do is take you through a few slides of questions that we get asked about the Breaking Free program. But in fact, I just got a WhatsApp literally 10 minutes ago, so there's no slide on that, but it's from a lady called Lisa, and she said, I'm quite interested in your Breaking Free program, but I'm not really in the right frame of mind at the moment. It's a very busy time. Kids are going back to school and then it's Halloween and then we've got all these parties coming up. And then, of course, it's the festive season. So I think I'll put it off until January because that I always do dry January anyway. So I said to Lisa that I really understand where she's coming from, because I used to be a bit like that. Come September, I'd see some Christmas decorations in a shop and I'd think, oh, it's nearly Christmas now. No point worrying about my drinking until January. It's so easy to keep kicking the can down the road, isn't it? Because we're never ready to quit drinking. Of course we're not. So what I said to Lisa was, just do it a bit differently this year. Just do the Breaking Free program. We'll get you through the festive season. By the time we get into the party season, you'll be 2 months into Breaking Free. You will have picked up so many tips, tools, strategies. You're going to have your little tribe within a tribe, as we call them, your group of people going through it at the same time. They're going to be supporting you. You'll get through the festive season. And come January, you are going to feel amazing. You're going to power into the new year feeling healthier and happier than you felt for years. And you're going to feel just a little bit smug because everybody around you will have a long face because it's January, and they'll be doing dry January, probably most of them, and hating it and really struggling, and you'll be feeling good. So just try it, Lisa. Just do it a little bit differently this year. So where's those slides? Here we go. So let's look at a few things that we've learned in boot camp. Let's try and summarize a little bit. What I really hope you've taken on board is this thing is not about willpower, and that's where most of us go wrong for years and years. It's not about willpower. It's about changing mindset. It's about understanding how it all works, understanding the psychology of this, and then choosing not to drink. Remember my underwater swimming analogy. You can only swim underwater for a certain amount of time, a certain distance, and then you're going to pop up again. Remember that alcohol is an addictive drug. That's what it's been designed to do, to get us hooked. Big alcohol don't care about our health or happiness. They don't care if we ruin our lives. They just want money. It's designed to be addictive. And that's why once we've crossed a line into dependence, which is very easy to do, by the way, moderation is impossible. And talking of dependence, did you know that it takes about 20 years of regular drinking to become dependent? And I'm not talking about a bottle of wine a night, because most of us don't start off like that. I'm talking about a drink on a Monday and then another couple on Wednesday and then some more at the weekend. Carry on with that kind of pattern for 20 years and you're going to become dependent. And 20% of social drinkers do become dependent. So please don't feel bad. All you're doing, it's biology, it's chemistry, it's just designed that way. So if once you understand it, then you can turn the whole thing around. So you learnt the power of your whys from our lovely Lucy, who's now in South Africa. I'm excited to see her in a few days. Once you've got your whys, I hope you've all got them somewhere obvious. Put them on the fridge, write them in your journal. That's what will keep you on track. Why do you want to give up drinking? And I've seen that most of you obviously have chosen important things like your family and your health and your job. And it's always important things. And remember that it'll be hard to do this, but then it will get easier. Whereas if you carry on drinking, it will get harder and harder. So just do the work. And Breaking Free program will get you through the hard bit, because it is hard. We never mislead people about that. The first few months are tough. So remember, the boot camp was just the first step on the staircase. You've had a glimpse, most of you. Tracy certainly has. She's had a glimpse of how it feels to say to a heavy drinking person that is used to drinking with you, she's had a feel of the power of saying, I'm all right, thanks. I'm not going to drink alcohol tonight, but you go ahead, I'm fine. It's a powerful feeling when you're finally in control. So it's now time to take the second step. Do you remember this quote? It's, even though you can't see the top of the staircase, boot camp has been about trusting us, because we have seen the top of the staircase and it's a beautiful place. So here's a question that people ask. They say, oh, your content was quite good. I haven't got through it all yet. So I'm definitely going through it next week. But can I keep it? Everything will stay as it is until next weekend. And people that sign up for Breaking Free, we send them a folder that we've got, which we call Bootcamp on Demand. And in there are all the exercises and all the trainings, all the videos, all the podcast recommendations. They're all there in quite a neat setup. And we'll be sending them to the Breaking Free participants. But if you're not doing Breaking Free, then you can buy them. If you go to our website and click on our services, you'll see BCOD, Bootcamp on Demand, and you'll see how much it costs. But I would say if you're going to spend money on that, then please do Breaking Free, because there's no community support in Bootcamp on Demand. It is literally the content. And people actually ask us how they can share bootcamp content. We're delighted for you to share, because the more people that understand what we do here at Tribe Sober and Breaking Free, the happier that we are. So you can do that by hitting the invite button at the top of the page, and then you can share with your Facebook friends and tell them that it's a private group, so their Facebook friends can't see that they've joined. People worry about this. Goodness knows why. We should be proud of this amazing thing that we're doing. It's not a dirty little secret. So are you sitting on the fence? If you're one of those people still contemplating, I'm here to try and give you a little nudge. Let's see what you might be worried about. Let's look again about what Breaking Free. Let's remind ourselves what this thing is. It's made of 4 components, 4 pieces of the puzzle that come together and create magic. So let's just go around at those 4 pieces. We've got our community support, which will be fantastic. You'll have a tribe within a tribe, maximum 20 people. And over the next 3 months, you guys are going to bond. And I think, did I mention it on Friday? Yeah, think I put it in the presentation, didn't I? That people that have been through breaking free together, they seem to, a lot of them have become lifelong friends. We're going to Bali next month with some breaking free people from the US and the UK. We've got Lucy and Helen, who did breaking free in South Africa at the moment, visiting Grania, who did breaking free. There is magic in this program. So you've got your community support, you've got a choice of 5 Zoom meetings a week to go to, so it suits everybody's time zone. And of course, we've got our chat groups, which are going 24/7 because of the time zones. There's a live 4-hour workshop on the 28th of September, and that is when you all get to meet the other people. It's quite an exciting event. You meet the other people that are doing breaking free on Zoom, of course. We're not talking in person because of the international spread. So you'll meet other people that are doing it, and then we'll share some content with you, which will be really helpful to get you through the 3 months. If you can't make the time of that, if you're doing something really important that you can't move on the 28th of September, we can send you a recording, but it's not as much fun as being there live and hearing other people's stories. 3 one-to-one coaching sessions. One at the beginning, you'll have one session with Monica, who will show you around the program, explain how to navigate and get the most out of it. And if you have any technical worries about using Zoom or WhatsApp or Kajabi, where we have our course, then she'll explain all that to you. Halfway through, you'll get a coaching session with a lovely Irish guy called Darren, who is one of our coaches. And then at the end of the course, you'll have a session with our fabulous Lynette, who will make sure that you're transferring everything you're learning in breaking free to your life. And finally, we have an online course, which you'll work your way through during the 3 months. You'll also have lifetime access to that if you don't quite get through it all in the time. So that's what it is. And we're saying to you, just throw the book at your sobriety. If you're like most of us, you've been fiddling around with this problem for a decade, doing a bit here, a little challenge there, a dry January there. Why not just go for it, get it done, and you've got a different life waiting for you? I hope you listened to Rosie's podcast, which was our podcast of the day on Friday. She treated sobriety like a job. And one of our American coaches, Lisa, she says in those first few months, i.e. the breaking free time, you need to obsess over your sobriety. So it's a 3-month program that can change your future. And it gets you through the hardest bit, because these first 90 days or so are tough. You've got the withdrawal perhaps in the very early days, and then you've got the dopamine spikes because your natural dopamine receptors have got a bit lazy over all those years of drinking, because your brain now relies on alcohol to make you feel good. So we take the alcohol away and your brain's going, what? Where is it? Where's my magic potion? So your brain has to recalibrate. So that's what we mean by dopamine spiking. And that can take up to 45 days. So you'll have a good day, you'll feel great, and then you'll feel rubbish again. So it's up and down. 45 to 90 days, you can get struck by low moods during this period. We call it the early sobriety blues, but you just keep going, and you'll be in this group. And you can say to the others, I feel that rubbish today. And they will pile in and give you some ideas what you can do to feel better and encourage you. The power of community is huge. And then by the end of breaking free, the dopamine will have recalibrated and it will really become much, much easier. And you'll realize that what a big change in your life this is. You'll start to feel happier and healthier than you felt in years. This is another question we get. People say, but I've done boot camp, I'm great. Maybe Tracy's feeling a bit like that with her fantastic achievement with her friend. But We see boot camp as a way to kickstart the journey, but motivation will fade and this group will disappear. So unless you've got a group or unless you're a member of Tribe B, you won't have people to talk to about this. And what happens are the people around us seem usually divided into two categories. You've got your family that often say to you, if you say you're worried about your drinking, they'll say just cut down a bit. But of course, people like us, we can't cut down. Or your drinking buddies are going to say, don't be ridiculous. You don't have a problem. You drink just like me. Don't be boring. So you're not going to get the proper support from either of those people. And that's why you need a group that understands you. And we've got our three villains. I think we introduced them to you during boot camp, didn't we? We've got the Wine Witch, we've got Moderation Mary, Association Alice. And these guys are going to be after you. They'll be on your case. The Wine Witch will appear at 6 o'clock sharp with a lovely glass of Sauvignon Blanc. Moderation Mary will be saying, oh, you did boot camp, you had a whole week off, now you can have just one. And Association Alice will be at just about every event where you usually have a drink, saying, but we're watching the sunset. Of course, we need a glass of wine. So they're going to strike, and then you'll be back to square one. And how many day ones have you already had? And don't you want to make this the last day one? It's very hard to do this alone. You need a tight team, and that's what you're getting with Breaking Free. Not only other people doing the program, but we've got some amazing cheerleaders, and a lot of them have done Breaking Free themselves. So they've been through it and they've come out the other side, and they know it's worth every single day of hard work. We also get this with, I don't have time to do a 3-month program. I designed this program and I understand busy. I've been busy all my life. I'm still busy. And so that's why I designed it to be very flexible. Coaching sessions, you choose when you want to do those 3 sessions. We've got 5 different slots for the Zoom meetings every week. We've thought of every single time zone, including Asia and Australia, and there's something for everybody to attend at least once a week. You can go to all 5 meetings if you want. The online course, you do at your own pace. You have lifetime access to that. And then, as I mentioned before, this live masterclass on the 28th is the only thing you need to schedule. And we can give you a recording if you really can't make it. And the most important thing to realize is that sobriety is going to save you time. You'll have your evening back. You'll have your weekends back. So many people say to me, it's brilliant to wake up on a Saturday morning early and just go and get stuff done. Yeah, this is Grania, who is a cheerleader for Breaking Free. These days, she's a busy working mom. And what she did is she set some boundaries. At the beginning of Breaking Free, she said, I'm doing this 3-month program. I'll be disappearing into my bedroom with my laptop for 1 hour every evening. And that's how it's going to be for 3 months. And they were a bit flabbergasted, but they said, okay then. And then they opened the door and they WhatsApped her and teased her and whatever, but she kept at it. And once they realized that she was serious, they got bored with pestering her, so they left her alone. And she absolutely nailed Breaking Free, even though she'd been trying for years before to get sober. But now she's nearly 2 years. And she's got so much more time and energy than when she drank, she tells us. You had an exercise on day 5 of boot camp asking you to figure out how much you spend. I don't know if you've all done that yet, but please do it if you haven't. This is just from the last boot camp, actually. Somebody said that she spends £3,000 a year on alcohol. Someone else £160 a month, and someone else £200 a month. That is way, way more than Breaking Free will ever cost you. Breaking Free is an investment, and our website is set up so that wherever you are in the world, you'll see the price in your own currency. But to give you a very rough idea, we're talking about £295, $390, 5,500 rand. You're going to get this money back and quickly, because you won't need to buy alcohol anymore. In effect, rather than spending money on poisoning your body and your brain, you're investing in your future. You're investing in your future health and happiness. So this is Helen, she's the one that arrived in South Africa from England just recently to meet Grania, who did Breaking
Free program. Hello everyone, Helen here from a wet and rainy UK. Sincerely hope that you are all keeping well. So the big question, can I afford to complete the Breaking Free program? The question should be, can I afford not to join the Breaking Free program? Breaking Free has changed my life. 3 months of solid support from Janet and the team, tasks, quick suggestions, podcasts, etc. Above all, a community of like-minded, kind people that I now consider to be sisters from another mister and a brother from another mother. In the first month, I saved enough from not buying the booze and the associated rubbish food to pay for my Breaking Free program, and I've gone on since then to save since March over £2,500. As a bonus, I've also lost 2 stone because booze is full of sugar, and I would ultimately always eat takeaways when I was drunk. So yeah, come on, join the Breaking Free program. You will have no regrets. I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.
Thank you, Helen. Yeah, you're going to save money, just like Helen with Breaking Free. Here's some more examples. The last Breaking Free program, BF7, Maureen, she recouped the cost of Breaking Free in just 1 month. And by the end of the year, she will have saved nearly $4,000. And Rosemary, she's going to recoup her Breaking Free expenditure in 2 months and then go on to save. So you're going to invest in yourself, in your health and your happiness, and then you're going to save money. Money that at the end of the year, you can spend on something fabulous. One of our members, she has a big glass jar and she puts £10 a day in that because that's what she used to spend on alcohol. And she calls it her cruise jar. And she likes to go on cruises. She used to just go on these cruises to drink, but now she goes on the cruises, and even on cruises, they have alcohol-free drinks these days. So she can see her cruise jar mounting up, and when it's full, she books a cruise. How cool is that? So there's a payment plan available. I've given you a rough idea of what it costs. To see the exact price in your location, then go to 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐿.com and you'll see a Breaking Free banner on the homepage. And then you'll see the price in your own currency. And then we can create a 3-month monthly payment plan for you. So just shoot me an email if you'd like me to put you on the payment plan. And if you're a member of Tribe Sober, then you'll get a 20% discount. All you need to do to get that discount is log in as a member, and then the price will come up at that 20% discounted rate. And if you're really clever and you're watching this and you're not a member, then you can join Tribe Sober as a monthly member, and then you can sign up for Breaking Free. And what you will have spent on your monthly membership is way less than you're going to save on Breaking Free. So I will leave you to do the maths, but that is a jolly good deal. So are you still on the fence? Just think about how many years you've been trapped by alcohol. I've told you about this study that revealed that the average time that we spend procrastinating, kicking the can down the road, moderating, hopping in on the wagon is 11 years. 11 years of feeling like a failure, basically. Suffering in shame and silence before reaching out for help. 11 years. So end the struggle. You can end it right now. We'll take you on a journey of transformation. We'll take you to this wonderful place called Soberland, which is just a springboard to personal growth. I've said it during the week that recovery is 10%. It's 10% of it is about not drinking. The other 90% is about reconfiguring your life and building a beautiful alcohol-free life that you don't want to escape from. And it's just the beginning. So you need to choose your hard. Either choice is going to be hard. If you join Breaking Free and quit drinking, it will be hard for a few months. But if you're curious, if you listen and learn and do the work, then your tribe and your Breaking Free group will get you through. Because apart from your Breaking Free team, you'll also be a Tribe Sober member and get even more benefits and support from that. Because your choice is to keep drinking, of course, and that is so much harder because you're going to become more dependent, because that's how it works. You become more isolated, more anxious, and you'll be putting your health at risk. So please join Breaking Free. Make this the year that you invest in yourself. The offer's only open till 20th of September, and we're not doing that to do the hard sell. We're doing that because we want you to make up your mind. We don't want you to procrastinate and waste another 11 years living a life that isn't your best life. So you can do nothing, stay stuck in that struggle place. Your life will stay the same, drinking will get worse, or you can come with us to our space of transformation and break free once and for all. This is the thing. This isn't a challenge where you'll have a little spell of sobriety and then go back to your old habits. You're going to get sober and we're going to explain and help you to sustain that sobriety and become the person you were meant to be. So registration is closing in a few days, so just reserve your place and be ready for that live masterclass on the 28th if you can be there with us. Look at young Leonie. She was, I think, which one was she on? Breaking Free 6, I think. We've got a whole gallery of before and after. We don't talk about that a lot, but it really changes your looks. It freshens up your looks. You'll look younger. Those of us that are a bit older, it's the best thing you can do for your looks and your health, of course. So your skin will clear within a couple of weeks, really. It'll be less dry, less red. And the reason for that is alcohol dehydrates us. For every glass of alcohol, every glass of wine we drink, we lose the equivalent of 4 glasses of water. So me with my bottle of wine a night, at least, I must have been like an old prune inside. The water does come back quite quickly, and there's all sorts. And your eyes will get brighter, and the bags under them will disappear. Look at this. And let's have a last word from Lynn, who she was actually watching a while ago. Let me see if, I don't know if she's still here, but Lynn's got a beautiful testimonial.
66, and I am on day 109. So Big Camp was amazing for me, and I'm sure you all and just enjoying the fact that you get into the first week. If you're wondering what's next, one night more Breaking Free program will change your life. It gives you the tools, gives you the know-how and the community of being able to sustain your sobriety across the period of time. I never thought when I joined Big Camp that I would be able to stand in front of anybody at any time and say, I'm 100+ days alcohol free because I was a whiskey drinker. Not this stuff. Don't drink anymore. Not interested. No cravings. I'm just very lucky to have found Janet Garon's Drive Sober. Be your own hero. Sign up. Do it. You'll get my number later, phone me and thank me. Go for it, guys. Got nothing to lose. Ciao.